Hey traders, this is Christian from Hertz Tribeca Trade Group with a quick trade idea in Western Digital Corporation. This is WDC. So what was interesting on Friday was we saw a lot of activity and some names that we haven't seen in a while. One of them was Western Digital, and I like this trade for a couple different reasons. Number one, we haven't really seen any activity in Western Digital for a while. It's been pretty quiet. They did report earnings a little over a week ago, and there just really hasn't been that much activity kind of centered around the name. It's been kind of, you could draw basically a triangle pattern here, and you could see that it's been more or less consolidating here into this triangle pattern, and we just really haven't seen too much price action in it. So on Friday, the first order that we saw was 4,700 of the November 24th 92 strike calls. So 92 strike is right about up here. They bought those for just under 88 cents. A pretty decent sized trade. It's $400,000 in premium. So they're putting a lot of money down on a pretty short dated trade. Then subsequently, just about 8 minutes later, they came in again and they bought the December 97 and a half calls for a similar price for about 80 cents. So pretty different, a decent amount higher here, all the way up to here. So they're basically looking for a 52-week high by December expiration. So you could kind of pick and choose. As I've always said, uh, what I look to do, my philosophy is you don't always necessarily need to buy exactly what's on the tape. You could kind of pick and choose. So what I did was I first, purchased the November 24th 92 calls. I thought it might work as a day trade. It did not work. It did not pan out. So what I did was, instead of buying the December 97 and a half calls, because I think that that's a little bit too far for basically, a name that we're just going to have about a little over a month and a week to the December options expiration. So what I did was I kind of came in between and bought the December 92 and a half calls, looking for that move to at least 92 and a half. Notice there's this purple line up here. That's a version point of control. That could be a good place to see where the stock might be headed, which is right around 94.60. So that's what I would be targeting in my particular trade that I put on. But I like also the fact that we've seen a lot of names in this space, a lot in the technology space, really break out, and this is one that has not participated. So if you're looking to still play tech and you're looking for a name that really hasn't participated at all, I mean, this is back on at the beginning of July when it was $95, and the stock's done nothing. And again, the option activity has been pretty quiet in this name. So I don't know if there's a catalyst in the next 2 weeks. I did look on Bloomberg calendar. I don't see anything like an investor day or anything like that. Earnings is behind us. So what I did was I went out to December just to give it a little bit more time. I think November 24th. Who knows if there's something going on why they think that the name's going to pop right away, but particularly, I like a little bit further out, especially for a swing trade. I think even December is a little bit short-sighted. January is another way that you could play this particular name. But again, I like the fact that we haven't seen anything in this name in quite some time, and two big aggressive trades in the same day. For Western Digital, and again, chunky size trades. The first one was 400,000, and the second one was 150,000. So somebody put down a nice chip, and I think it's worthy of trying out this trade. So that's it for today's video, for today's trade idea video. I am long Western Digital with the December 92 and a half strike calls. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great night.